all protocols observed. Good morning to you all. It's an honor to have been called upon to chair this very important event that concerns the lives of each and every one of us. Good morning, Honorable Deputy Minister as well. I said I deem it an honor to have been called upon to chair this very important event that concerns an event which relates to the life of virtually everybody in this country. I'd like to thank the organizers and their partners for organizing this program that will look critically at governance issues relating to marriage in Ghana. I also thank them for inviting me to chair this first, I believe, in a series of workshops that they'll be organizing to discuss these very important issues. As you're aware, the laws on marriage in Ghana are plural in nature, and this is allowed, it flows from Article 11 of our 1992 Constitution, which, with your permission, I'd like to quote a part of. It says that the laws of Ghana shall comprise this Constitution. B, enactments made by or under the authority of the Parliament established by this Constitution. C, any orders, rules, and regulations made by any person or authority under the power conferred by this Constitution. D, the existing law. E, the common law. And then 2, the common law of Ghana shall comprise the rules of law, generally known as the common law, the rules generally known as the doctrines of equity, and the rules of customary law, including those determined by the Superior Court of Judicature. And 3, for the purposes of this article, customary law means the rules of law which by custom are applicable to particular communities in Ghana. To me, marriage governance laws in Ghana actually reflects this particular provision of the Constitution. And this workshop is aimed at looking at a number of these issues that arise from these plural laws and identify some of the challenges and what can be done about them. Family law is an area I'm very interested in, and I actually got more interested in it during an action research project called the Legal Pluralism and Gender Pilot Project that was undertaken between 2000 and 2004 under a German Development Corporation bilateral program with the Ministry of Justice as the partner. During this research, we undertook a study into the then 3 different laws regulating marriage, the differences in them, and how to consider harmonizing them if possible. The findings are published in a report under the Access to Justice series. We focus in particular on the law for the registration of all the 3 different forms of marriages, look at the differences between them and the challenges. And then we focus in particular on the customary law marriage and piloted various strategies which would make the law more accessible and functional to citizens as part of the action research. We also looked at laws from other African countries, including a country like Tanzania, which also has a plural legal system like ours, but managed to pass a harmonized law on marriage, which indicated that there was only 2 types of marriages that you could have. You register the marriage and you indicate whether you wanted your marriage to be monogamous or polygamous. So it didn't matter what your religion was, it didn't matter what other thing applied to you. So that is how they approached it, and in a way it helped to harmonize and make things a little more easier than we have here. We made proposals for Ghana to look at that, but I think that didn't really fly. Our law indicates that a male and female adults aged 18 years and above who are not closely related by blood or through marriage can lawfully enter into a marriage provided that other laws in force does not prohibit their relationship. Currently, since 2008, the laws governing marriage in Ghana have been consolidated under the Marriages Act 1884 to 1985, Cap 127, and it has brought the 3 laws on marriage in Ghana, which we had previously, under one with different parts. Part 1 dealing with customary marriages, Part 2 marriage of Mohammedans, and then Part 3 Christian and other marriages. As I indicated, these are based on the originally different laws that we had, which were the Customary Marriage and Divorce Registration Law, 1985, PND Law 112, which recognized polygyny more, because a man could register multiple women, and district assemblies were supposed to register such marriages. They put in all kinds of structures. If you go to different district assemblies, they have different structures that people have to follow to register. Then we have the marriage under the Marriage Ordinance, Cap 127, which was enacted as far back as 1884, which was, allowed the monogamous form of marriage and gave different options for registration, either through a marriage officer certificate or register of marriage certificate, as well as a special license. Then we have the marriage under the Marriage of Mohammedans Ordinance, Cap 129, which was also enacted in 1907, based on Islamic rules, and allowed a man to marry and register up to 4 women. And they were supposed to register their marriage within a week of celebration. If not, they had to go to court to go and get an extension of time. So you can see from this short summary that there are differences in the manners in which the different laws on marriages operated, and some are more accessible than others. So even though these laws have been brought consolidated, the differences still remain, and the challenges that are associated with some even remain. And it's even been found that during the consolidation process, there were some changes that were made, which has also brought additional complications. So we are here today to listen to some of the researches done into some of these laws, gaps found in them, and proposals made for amendments. We'll also be looking at another thing related to marriage, which is divorce, as well as property rights issues. I'm sure that we will have an interesting discussion as we consider various perspectives and proposals to improve on marriage governance in Ghana. So I'd urge all of us to listen to the discussions, to the presentations, as well as the discussions, and at appropriate time, make our inputs. I'm hoping that some of the proposals from this workshop will form the basis for law reform to improve marriage governance in Ghana. I humbly accept to chair this function and wish us all fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much.